Hello everyone, welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today we're going to be discussing Urban Meyer. He's going to be the next head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And without further ado, we'll get into it a little bit. We'll talk about Urban Meyer, who he is. I'm sure a lot of you probably know him from his days at Ohio State or as the coach at the University of Florida as well. But we'll give a little bit of background. My thoughts on hiring him as the head coach, if I think it's going to be a good move or it's going to kind of backfire. But without further ado, let's get into it. So he is 56 years old right now. He started off his coaching career at Ohio State, 1986-1987 as a graduate assistant. Went on to Illinois State, 1988 to 1989. He did a little bit of coaching at outside linebacker, quarterback, and wide receiver. Went on to Colorado State from 1990 to 1995 as the wide receiver coach. Was with Notre Dame from 1996 to 2000 as their wide receiver coach. Then 2001 to 2002 as the Bowling Green head coach. Turned that program around there. Then got hired by Utah. 2003 to 2004 he was there as the head coach as well. And then we all know he went to Florida after that. 2005 to 2010 head coach there. Obviously 2 national championships. Coached the infamous Tim Tebow. And then 2012 to 2018 as the head coach, kind of helped turn that Ohio State program around kind of after all the things that were going on there beforehand. Some things to know about Urban Meyer is he's never had a losing record as a head coach. So going into Jacksonville, they're probably not going to be very good because they only had 1 win this year. And, they got a lot of young players, but they don't quite have the pieces there to be competitive yet. With that being said, they got the number 1 pick in the draft. And supposedly he's talked highly of Trevor Lawrence before, so it's likely that they will draft Trevor Lawrence as the number 1 overall pick. He'll be the quarterback. It'll be really interesting to see how this team evolves over the next couple seasons. And with that being said, it's going to be important to see who he brings in as his coaching staff. A couple guys that have been kind of mentioned so far. Charlie Strong is going to be coming in as a linebacker coach. He's a former college head coach, so definitely some experience there for sure, if nothing else. Defensive coordinator, there's been a couple names mentioned, most notably Raheem Morris, but he's still kind of waiting to see if anything else pops up first, but he is definitely a strong candidate there as well. Scott Lanahan, offensive coordinator candidate. He has been around the league for a while now. He hasn't had too much success lately running offenses, though, so it would be an interesting choice, though. But definitely someone with his experience. It's definitely a good thing to get some of these guys that have been around the league with the experience, especially since Urban Meyer has never coached at the NFL in any position. In my honest opinion, this could be a hire that is more of a flashy name than anything. But, Jacksonville down there, they've had some chaos in recent years. They kind of want somebody that can kind of come in and stabilize their team and their franchise overall. That could be Urban Meyer. He's dealt with that before at Ohio State. But the other concerns we have is health. That's supposedly why he stepped down at Ohio State. It was due to health reasons. Is he going to be healthy enough to coach? And then is he going to want to coach a team that doesn't perform, doesn't have a winning record for a couple years? Is he going to stick it out? Is he going to stay with that team? This could go very well, or it could go very poorly. I would not be surprised if this ends up like when Nick Saban was with the Dolphins. He had 2 losing seasons and then he just went back to college football. In Urban Meyer's case, he could just quit altogether and then go back to broadcasting or whatever else he wants to do with his life because, he has the ability to do that. I think he's a guy that's competitive. I think this is something that he wants to do, but whether he will be successful in that role remains to be seen. But with that being said, I really hope he does have some success. I hopefully for the fans of Jacksonville, they have a little bit more success. I know they've had hit and miss success here and there in the past, but overall their franchise hasn't been too successful. And that's even coming from me, a Texans fan. So we'll take it for what it is. But definitely a lot of good building blocks here. Definitely be interesting to see how they build this team overall in the future and see how he does as a head coach. But that's pretty much what I got. Just a short overview of the Jaguars hiring Urban Meyer. But with that being said, if you guys have any thoughts on this hire, please be sure to let me know down in the comments. Love to hear your guys' opinions. And with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And if you did, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports. And that's really one for you, the viewers, helping you guys with your fantasy football. Covering different football news is what I'm going to be doing a lot of this offseason. Also, if you guys haven't checked out my work on the podcastingnetwork.com, be sure to check it out there too. We have a lot of great writers there as well. I will be putting out some cap casualty articles in the next week or so, just kind of talking about each team in each division. Who are some players who could potentially be some cap casualties, especially going into this offseason where the salary cap is not expected to go up. But with that being said, if you're a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And with that being said, I'm going to be talking about each new head coach, the team that they're going to, and whether or not I think it will be a good hiring. Like I said with Urban Meyer, this one's really hit or miss. I don't think it's going to end up well, but that's just my opinion. But with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out the ones that will be coming out in the coming days as well.